The secret of the ancestral mask. The African savanna always had an air of mystery. The scorching sun mixed with the warm breeze that caressed the skin and swayed the leaves of the ancient trees. In Nzuri, a village nestled in the shade of the giant trees, legends and ancient traditions were passed down from generation to generation. But for Imani, a young apprentice craftsman, these stories were nothing more than mere tales told by the elders. One ordinary day, while walking near the river that ran through the village, Imani felt something strange. A shiver ran down his spine, as if nature itself were whispering his name. The wind, with its mysterious touch, seemed to call out to him, but its words were incomprehensible. Without realizing it, his feet began following a path he had never imagined walking. The trail, deeper than any he had known before, seemed to pull him as if it had a life of its own. "This is crazy," he murmured to himself, but the sound of the forest seemed to guide him towards something he could not ignore. Then, an unusual sight appeared before his eyes, a cave hidden beneath the roots of an ancient tree. Inside the cave, something faintly glowed, like a soft light in the midst of darkness. It was a wooden mask, carved with precision and impressive details. Something about that mask made Imani's heart race. He was about to touch the mask when a deep voice interrupted him. "Imani, what are you doing here?" He turned around and saw Kafil, the respected elder of the village. Dressed in his red tunic and wearing a necklace made of lion's teeth, the old man observed the young boy with an intense gaze. "I was just walking and felt something calling me," Imani replied, unsure how to explain. Kafil looked at the mask attentively and sighed. "Destiny has brought you here, but are you prepared to face the truth?" Imani was confused. What did that mean? The truth about what? Kafil carefully picked up the mask and explained. "This is the ancestral mask. It holds the secrets of our forefathers. Only those with a pure heart can endure what it reveals. If you have the courage to face the truth, the mask may change your life." A chill ran down Imani's spine. What should he do now? The decision was in his hands. Now think, would you have the courage to face the truth about who you really are? Imani was torn between fear and curiosity. What would the mask reveal? Was he ready to see what lay within himself? "Can I try it on?" he asked, his voice trembling, but with a flame of determination in his eyes. Kafil stared at him for a long moment, as if evaluating the depth of Imani's desire. Finally, the elder extended the mask toward the young man. "If you wish to know your true self, put it on. But be prepared." With sweaty hands, Imani took the mask, feeling the cold wood against his skin. He took a deep breath and, in an almost involuntary movement, placed it over his face. The instant the mask touched his skin, a whirlwind of images flooded his mind. He saw ancestral warriors fighting for the village, leaders making decisions that changed the course of history, children learning from the wisest masters. But he also saw disturbing visions, faces distorted by greed, lies, and fear. He saw the mistakes that had been made, the deepest fears, and the choices that defined him. His body trembled. The voices of the spirits whispered secrets he could not fully understand. He saw his own life, but he also glimpsed a future yet to come. Suddenly, everything fell silent. A deep, heavy silence. Imani removed the mask, but something inside him had changed. His body felt lighter, but his mind was immersed in a wisdom he had never possessed before. His eyes, once simple and inexperienced, now carried the depth of generations of leaders and warriors. He felt as if he had traveled through time, absorbing the experiences of his ancestors, and a renewed certainty bloomed within his chest. The gentle wind that blew through the forest seemed to celebrate this transformation. He looked around, feeling a deep connection with nature, with the roots of the earth, and with the spirits of the ancestors. He was no longer just an apprentice. He was now a guardian of ancestral knowledge, someone destined to guide the village through difficult times and important decisions. Kafil, observing Imani's transformation, smiled with satisfaction. He knew that the young man now possessed something few did, the power to be a true leader, someone capable of understanding the weight of his actions and the consequences of his choices. He needed no further words to understand that Imani was ready for something much greater. "Now you understand, Imani," Kafil said, his voice full of pride and respect. "The mask does not choose warriors. It awakens leaders." Imani took a deep breath and stepped away from the tree, looking toward the distant village. He knew his journey did not end there. In fact, it was only beginning. With his newfound wisdom, he felt the responsibility to protect his village, to lead with justice, and to make choices that honored the ancestors and preserved the future of his community. He felt the presence of something greater, something that the spirits of the forest had sealed within his soul. His destiny was now clear. He was no longer just an apprentice craftsman. He was the bridge between the past and the future, the link connecting ancestral wisdom with the needs of the present. The wind blew once more, stronger this time, as if the very spirits of the forest were confirming his transformation. Imani smiled and, for the first time, felt at peace with his destiny. He knew that the village was about to change, just as he had. And as the sun began to set over the savannah, he made a silent promise to himself: he would never be the same again. Now you too can choose. Are you ready to face the truth and awaken the leader within you?